I'm Savannah Flynn, and I have Flynn Farms. We're in Everson, Washington, and it's an AAPI Women Veteran Farm in Whatcom County. I started at the incubator program here that unfortunately just shut down, but 4 years ago I moved here and leased 1 acre, and now I have about 2.5 acres. And what this program did was allow land access and equipment access and a lot of resources to like other big farmers and just information to help facilitate and start your farm business. So now I'm moving farms. I grow certified organic, diversified, mixed seasonal vegetables. So this season I contracted, I think, 8 crops with the food bank. So it was golden beets, which turned into red beets because for some reason my golden beets weren't germinating. Banana peppers, yellow zucchini, heirloom tomatoes, green beans, leeks, garlic, but that's mostly for my contract crops. And then I grow, a lot of brassicas, cauliflower, broccoli, squashes, winter squash, different kinds of summer squash. I think this year I had like 75 different crops. This is my 8th growing season, 7 years. 4 here and 3 at where I had a farm mentor. I do forward contracts with the Foothills Food Bank, and then I sell to both community food co-ops, the one on Cordata and Forest Street, Chuckanut Bay Distillery, Alchemy Creamery, Bellingham Farmers Markets on Saturdays, and I support Common Threads Farm, which is a nonprofit educational farm for schools, like specifically middle schools, and like school farming education. Mallard Ice Cream, really, so they're a huge supporter of my farm, downtown and downtown Bellingham. And then Buchan Eats, it's another fermentation company, but I sell to them also. I harvest on Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And come to the farm. I usually check on the chickens, and I load up. These are the harvest totes that I use. So I power wash. My little electric Ryobi power washer. This thing I highly recommend. And then load up. That's my farm van. Mm-hmm. So I just load up the van, and I have a little harvest bucket with all my tools in it, and I go. That's it. I just have the twist ties and knife is pretty much all I need. Mm-hmm. And then I know if I'm harvesting for the food bank, then I know like X amount of bunches that I need, and I just go and get it from the field, come back, and this is a wash station, so I use that middle section, and I just wash, pack, weigh, label, and then we have an aggregate cooler, which is basically like a community cooler up at the Cloud Mountain main site. And I drop it off there, and the food bank picks it up on Monday mornings. So that's my Sunday. And then Tuesday, I prep for the CSA. Oh, I do a CSA. Monday, Tuesday, I do field work, seeding, weeding, like crop maintenance. Get a little bit of prep work in for CSA. Then Wednesday is a pretty full day for me. I do early morning CSA harvest, and then I deliver. And Tuesdays or Thursdays, it depends on what my schedule is. That's when I do the restaurant order. And Thursday, I usually hire someone to come out here and help me harvest cucumbers because I have a huge cucumber crop this year. I planted too many. And then I also do field work and put in orders. And then Friday, I have to go really hard, and I harvest everything for market and any other wholesale order over the weekend. And then Saturday is market. I come and pick everything up from the cooler and bring it down to the market. My market worker comes and meets me. We unload, set up everything. I leave him for about 2 hours, come back, pack everything up, and then come back and drop off at the cooler. And the next day, a lot of the stuff I grow for market is just stuff for the food bank crops, so it's just extras. Then I pack in anything extra that I don't, or anything that I need for the contract that day, I go and harvest. I lease land. A lot of us startup farms or small farms lease land. So I just, again, it was word of mouth. This was an incubator program, so they allowed lots of different types of farms to lease land here. So that's how I found this place. It was through a grant program that used to be available with Sustainable Connections that was also shut down. Is how I found out about the Incubator Farm program. I was personally affected by the Food to Bank on Grant program. We got like 2 months notification in an email saying, oh, sorry, the program shut down. You're not gonna get your grant this year. Yeah, communication's a little funny with these major agricultural programs here. But that was a notification we got a few years ago, and then last September they said incubator program shut down. That's it. They didn't even give us an opportunity to like raise somebody's making these decisions. But I'm working directly with the Washington Farmland Trust now because they're helping facilitate the sale of this farm now. But land access is really hard when you're leasing because I'm also certified organic, so I don't want to lose my certificate. And my biggest markets for that are the food co-ops, and they've been purchasing and supporting my farm since my very first season. So I was a little stressed out about finding a place that I could transition to certified organic, and the farm that I'm going to, she was certified organic. So, and then access to equipment. I was in a farm program to try to learn how to farm, and so with that being taken away, I was just in a weird position because I was in an incubator farm program. So I had to find a farm or an owner of a farm that had similar values to that of supporting small startup farms. So landowners aren't just going to be like, yeah, come lease my land, even if you're a good farmer or you do a lot for the community. So land access is huge. It's a huge issue. Moving farms 2 times in 7 years. I haven't met anybody yet. I've only met small farms who have maybe had to move once, but I have not met anyone who's had to move twice. And so I thought I had long-term access to land here because of the program. Why would you shut down the only incubator farm program in the whole county without I'm in a really weird spot where, again, I'm working with the Washington Farmland Trust to try and figure out if there's an option for me or other small farms to buy this land because they shut down the program and want to sell it. But it's already set up for something like an incubator farm program, or just small land leases. It doesn't have to be a program, but if you're going to get into farming and you've never farmed before and you only learn it in college or school, like you have to have hands-on experience. And good luck. Again, if you're brand new and have no experience, I don't know how you're going to get access to land. Like you're not going to be trusted, yet. You won't be vetted. You'll have never grown anything before. Like you don't have any markets. So it's just a risk. I am certified organic in Real Organic Project, and I do that mostly because I contract with nonprofits and I don't get retail value for a lot of my produce. And so when I do sell at wholesale, I'm at least getting the highest dollar value wholesale for it, being certified organic. It also is kind of a natural vetting system, so I was able to join like the Food Hub or sell to other stores specifically or retailers pretty easily because I have like I have my certification and then like all the insurance with it. So to me it was, I did that part for labeling to be able to have a wider like range of markets to sell to. So I see it as just from my personal experience being from a big city and then having a military background. There was no resources really or education into becoming a newer beginning farmer. What I did was I went and researched all the different farms in the county. I saw like, oh, this is certified organic, this is the scale. I just looked at the scales and I frequented the farmer's market like regularly just as a consumer. I went to as many local restaurants just as a consumer. And when I started gaining interest in local agriculture as a producer, I went and had farm jobs for 6 years for several different kinds of farms: a chestnut farm, a bamboo farm, an organic vegetable farm, a worm farm. I'd learned red wigglers, a container gardening farm. So to me, I did 6 years of farm hopping. So I dove deep into it, and I saw what I really liked, I saw what I didn't like, and I just had a mentor who gave me some confidence to be like, get your business license and just start growing. Like, I'll lease you land here and like figure it out. And I started my first season with a $15,000 contract with the Bellingham Food Bank for beets and kale. And I've been doing a food bank contract every year since, of some sort. But now I do a 1/3 of the county contract for Foothills Food Bank. So I started at beets and kale, and now I do like 8 to 9 crops a season. Like a utopia, I would like to buy this. I would like to buy this land that they're selling and start a new incubator farm program specific to women or women veteran or BIPOC farmers. And I would do it a little bit differently, but I would lease them a 1/4 acre at a time if they're new. If they're already an established business and they need more acreage, we could discuss that. But I want to have a program exist still. I'm pretty devastated that it went away, and it seems like not a lot of people are caring. I know they do, but it seems like and feels like they don't care. So I'm like, I'm a farmer. Maybe I can help new people starting new and beginning farmers if I get help trying to acquire land and then create a new program. But it already existed. Like, there's already a manual. They just need a changing of the guard is how I see it. It's a labor of love. You're not getting paid for the hours that you're working in the field until you're making the sale. And sometimes you're not getting paid net 30 or net 45. So I always like to say that most people have composted the food that they've eaten or gotten from me before I've actually been paid. That is true. That food is in the toilet and I haven't been paid yet. And that's the difficult side of contract farming and wholesale farming, I would say. But that's why I also like to subsidize, and I think every farm should, or have an outlet or market to be able to subsidize that money, and I can get retail prices like at a Saturday farmer's market.